Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. It's episode 398 from February the 10th of the year 2025. It's a Monday. And we are going to finish up this four-part series I'm very fond of. I really like them. These are the type of shows I really love speaking about. But we're going to end it on a high note. This very, very interesting, very valuable, I think, information is how do you experience God in your daily life? It's a question. And again, all of this inspired from the same support video that spoke about different subjects about God, okay? And you're going to be maybe a little surprised. I totally align with what the video said, that to experience God in your life, we need to put the mind at ease. And I'm going to clarify that. A lot of people don't like when we talk of the mind like a bad thing because maybe they feel the mind is all they have, their knowledge. Again, you take out all your memories, all your knowledge, everything, you feel maybe there's nothing there if we clear our mind. But the mind is, how can I explain this? The mind is kind of a barrier, okay? That's the best word I can find between the spiritual world and the physical world, okay? So I shared many times, this is not news for the ones that have been following for a while. I shared it in the Spanish channel, in the English channel, my experiences I had as a child. Kind of astral travel, you want to call it, kind of lucid dreaming. I see it more, I don't think it's either of them. I see it more as an out-of-body experience, an OBE, that as I was young, for months, possibly went on almost close to 2 years, okay? Not daily, I have to clarify. It was probably 2 to 3 times a week. I couldn't find a pattern, something like that. It was usually during weekends. Maybe I was a little bit more relaxed or anything like that. I was not pressured to wake up for school, which is something through my life, especially when I was in school all the way. And I would have an early start. I would have that inherent pressure that you need to wake up or something like that. And maybe in weekends you relax because you, especially as a child, you sleep in a lot. Sometimes you wake up, I don't know, 12 o'clock or something like that. So this experience, I was living in Mexico City at the time. And in a nutshell, I'm not going to go long on this one, so I don't make it a long episode. I just want to share that part of the mental barrier I'm talking about. I will start the dream and I will see kind of the ceiling of my house. And again, how could I, as a child, come up inventing that or fantasizing that or something like that? And then I will see kind of my whole neighborhood. And the funny part is there was a university right beside the neighborhood. I will see that. It was very obvious. I would see that kind of, if you want to understand what I was seeing, is kind of when you zoom out from Google Earth. Have you tried that in a city? And there's a picture and you start seeing everything smaller and smaller and smaller. And then I will see kind of, I was in outer space. I know, again, this is what more like an OBE or out of body experience. And there will be beings there, which I know now they are blue avians. I For me they look like birds at the time. They didn't have any spaceships. Blue avians don't travel in spaceships. They travel in orbs. It's basically something they travel as energy in a way. They don't have a body anymore. So even if I would see them, it was basically for my comfort because they don't have a body anymore. Uh, and and it will be a telepathic conversation. It was not in Spanish, not in English, nothing like that. It was just, I will understand. And the message was always there. You are part of us. Okay, you're here right on Earth. That's fine. But you're part of us and we're kind of visiting you because we're family. Okay. Um, for a long while, I thought they were my only family, my only stellar family. I know now I've been part of a few. And I'm not saying I'm not fond of the blue avians. I'm just saying, in a way, it's very common. It's not special to me. I'm not special at all. I want to clarify. It's very common. We have multiple stellar families. And here on Earth, particularly, yes, the common ones you have heard of Pleiadians, Arcturians, a lot of here on Earth. In my case, I don't know why, more animal-like species, blue avians, kind of birds, and Durmas, which is more like lion type. And they are the ones that have been coming lately when I have meditations and I have kind of guided meditations with people that guide me through a meditation to call my guides and all that. Lions come, albino lions. That's quite strange. So, okay, so I had those experiences. What we will do, by the way, if you're interested, if you're curious, if you haven't heard the story, I shared it many times, that story. What we will do, we'll travel the universe, okay? We'll go wherever I wanted to go. For me, it was so exciting to go into planets and that. There was not much to see on some of them. That's why they were like, you really want to go there? There's really not much, okay? And then after a while, it will seem like I was doing it for months, honestly. The dreams will seem so long. And sorry, not dreams, that the experience, okay? I made a mistake there. The experience seemed so long. And then I will come back. And then basically when I will come back, I will open my eyes and it will be morning. And I was probably out there all night. But time in the dream state, in the meditative state, travel is so different, that perception. So that's why you probably have had the experience, I know you have had that, of dreams that seem to be months. You're dreaming and dreaming and dreaming, and then you wake up, it's only a night, okay? So it's because time in that state is different, okay? I was in a dream, I was in an experience, okay? Did I physically leave? No. My body was there, but I do believe my spirit was doing these travelings, okay? So again, I don't want this to be a long show. I'm gonna go to the point of the mind. As I grew older, when I hit 8, 9, the experiences stopped abruptly, okay? And I do believe the maturity of the mind at that age, even neurologists and psychologists, and I will tell you, that's kind of the age that limits of the brain kick in, okay? Like you become an adult in a way, even if you're only 8. And I do believe my mind started blocking the experience, okay? And by the way, I was told by my family, hey, this is gonna be just for a while. You're gonna block it, and that's normal, okay, as a human. You really will have then to redevelop it and unblock it, and you're gonna have to figure that on your own. Well, we're happy to see you now because now you're able to do it as a child, as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. So when my mind matured at 8, it blocked the out-of-body experience I was having. Whatever you want to call it. If you think it's a fantasy, I'm not going to get offended. One person told me, a guest I had on the Spanish channel, told me what I had. I said, how can you tell me what I experienced if you haven't experienced it? Oh, no, I'm sure it was this and that. Okay, that's your opinion. Fine. I'm not gonna get upset. But let's watch the support video together, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on how do you believe that to contact your spirit in your daily life is quite possible, is beautiful, and it's just going within, just feeling and not thinking, and just leaving the mind at peace for a second, and just concentrating in just existing, just being in the present moment, in just being. That's the key word, in just being, and you're gonna access God in your daily life. Let's watch it together.
God is present when the mind is absent. This is the key idea that Eckhart Tolle speaks about. The presence of God is always there, just behind your mind. It exists in the background, especially when we live our lives solely from the point of view of our ego identity. While the ego dominates much of our daily experiences, the true essence of God is always there, even though we often don't recognize it. It is a state of nothingness, a void, but this void is full of experience. It is the place where you can truly be, beyond thought, beyond the limitations of your mind. To experience this, you need to quiet your mind. A simple way to start is to sit down comfortably in a quiet, distraction-free space. Ideally, the room should be dark, and you should put on noise-canceling headphones to eliminate as much external noise as possible. Begin by breathing deeply and allowing your body to relax. As you relax, focus on observing your mind. Let go of any tension, and with time, your thoughts will slow down and eventually stop. As your thoughts fade, you may start to feel a floating sensation. This is the void state. This is the state spiritual teachers strive for in their meditations, the pure presence of God without the interference of the egoic human identity. This is what Neville Goddard refers to as the state akin to sleep, a place where your imagination is free to create reality. When you reach this state, whatever you imagine becomes your reality. It is similar to the remote viewing techniques taught by the CIA, where you are able to access other dimensions or places simply by focusing your mind in this clear, empty state. In this state, you can even experience astral travel, have an out-of-body experience, or access the Akashic records, which contain all knowledge. This state of no mind is also what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about when discussing miraculous healing. By reaching this space of pure presence, you can bring about physical healing. This is the state that magicians aim to reach in order to perform their magic. And it's the same state that Dr. Stephen Greer encourages during his CE5 experiences. where individuals attempt to connect with extraterrestrials and higher dimensional beings. This state is where all magic exists. It is the God state, the void state, and your divine center. It is the place where you first become nothing, only to then become everything. This void is not a state of emptiness, but a state of infinite potential. When you enter it, you tap into that boundless potential. Some may even find that just being in this state, you experience infinite love. This is a state that many people report encountering during near-death experiences, a profound expansion of awareness, a feeling of connectedness to everything, and an overwhelming sense of love. The key to experiencing God in your life is by practicing reaching this state. When you enter it, you connect to the divine essence of the universe. You can become autotelic, self-motivated, by living in this state in your waking life. When you quiet your mind and allow yourself to flow with the present moment, you begin to receive intuitive insights, creative inspirations, and subtle hunches. This is akin to what athletes describe as being in the zone. In this state, their bodies seem to move on their own without thinking, as they are fully in alignment with the present moment. This flow is a direct connection to the divine, where you are operating at your highest potential. By practicing entering this void state, you will experience the presence of God in your life. You will tap into infinite possibilities, creativity, and healing. Through this practice, you align with the divine essence and begin to manifest your intentions effortlessly. The more you enter this state, the more you will realize that this presence is not outside of you. It is within you, and it has always been. The key is to quiet the noise of the ego and allow yourself to simply be. In that stillness, you will experience God, and in doing so, you will become more of who.
Hey, I think that was amazing, and I don't want to spoil it by saying something that was self-explanatory and amazing. When we quiet the ego, 'cause we also have to understand the ego is this reality. The ego is your mind, the ego is your body, the ego is the experience, okay? The experience is going to end. The ego knows it. And the ego kind of also figures out that the spirit will keep going. That's why the fear of death comes from the ego, from listening to the ego. If you're afraid of dying, please don't get this the wrong way. You're listening to your ego, because your ego is afraid of dying. And your ego will be afraid of dying when you pass on this reality. That's why I say it's very difficult. You're going to be in Zen state. You're just going to be, like the video is saying, if you're dying. No, everything is going to start flaring up. Your mind doesn't want to stop. Your mind wants to go forever, same as your spirit. It just cannot happen. Your mind is going to die someday. Yes, that's going to happen. The day you die, your mind is going to die. It's going to become nothing, matter, which I always said, in my humble opinion, your full body should go back to Earth, not in a casket, just back to Earth. In my personal preference, I would like to be thrown into the sea and just become part of the sea in my body, okay? Because it's just a body, and it's not me anymore. Alex has ended. The experience of Alex has ended. And that's one of the problems of the ego, okay? That the ego knows it's in a limited race and wants to take over all the time in this reality. It's like saying, why should you be listening to your spirit if you're going to go on forever? When me, I'm going to die. Me, ego, I'm going to die. So listen to me all the time. So the suggestions are perfect. The quiet room, putting some cancellation earphones or anything like that. Just be in a quiet, dark space because of the distractions, basically that. Try not to have your phone with you. Again, even in flight mode, just no electronics, no that. And just start concentrating on your breathing. That's a suggestion. Just breathe. Not fast, by the way. Not just breathe slowly and keep breathing, keep holding it, and then let it go slowly. Everything through the nose, by the way. Just concentrate on that. Just concentrate on that. It's going to take a few minutes, probably 20, 30, 40 minutes the first time. But you're going to reach that state that you are just going to be, okay? It's not controlling your thoughts. It's not clearing your thoughts. It's not answering your thoughts. It's just being. There are no thoughts, okay? And it's magnificent, honestly. I said it many times. In this reality, I'm going to talk about me now, just to end the show. I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm a friend, I'm a brother. So I'm all those things, and so I need to work every day, not every day, but work Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays. So I cannot be in this state all the time, okay? But I try to do it. I'm trying to shoot to 2-3 times a week lately. And I do it at night. I do it at night when I shut off whatever, and I decide to go to bed. I start concentrating on my breathing, and I start trying to have this just being state. The dream state is magnificent. It's the natural, if you think about it, it's the natural way to meditate. But then the brain takes over there as well, the mind. As in my experience, okay? My experience will happen exclusively as a child on the dream state when I went to sleep. But as I said, when I was 8, 9, even my mind blocked that. No, you're not going to have that, okay? So yes, your mind, you say, how is the mind has power over the spirit? No, the mind has power over the experience, and the ego has power over the mind. The really difficult part is telling your ego, hey, you're not the boss, I'm the boss of the experience, and that's when things start to change. So I hope you enjoy the show. I hope I didn't go very long with my own story. And this is the end of this 4-part series. We're probably going to be back. I still don't have anything prepared, but we're probably going to be back with a chat. All right, take care. Have a great week. Thank you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice through violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.